The United Arab Emirates announced last night of the arrest of the three suspects in the murder of Chabad emissary Zvi Kogan, 3 days after he was kidnapped. Meanwhile, the Iranian embassy in the Emirates rejected the claims of the Islamic Republic's involvement. The current assessment is that the terrorists are acting on behalf of Iran or a Palestinian terror organization, the Islamic Jihad or Hamas. We now know that Kogan was kidnapped and murdered for a large sum of money by a gang of Uzbek mercenaries, some of whose fled to Turkey immediately after the murder. The members of the cell, who reportedly belonged to an Uzbek Shiite militia, had been following Kogan and studying his lifestyle. On Thursday, the cell kidnapped him and drove him to the city of Al Ain, an hour and a half from Dubai. They used his vehicle, inside of which signs of violence and blood were discovered after the kidnapping, murdered him and dumped his body. Following that, they fled to Turkey, but now it turns out that the fugitives assisted in the murder, but are not suspected of committing it. The investigation has been completely blacked out, and it is unclear whether Turkey is cooperating with it. The UAE's security services are conducting it in cooperation with Mossad agents who have arrived in Abu Dhabi. Sources involved in the matter are concerned that Ankara may be becoming a haven for terrorist cells, which also corresponds with reports of senior Hamas officials moving from Qatar to Turkey. This Iranian modus operandi, in which they operate mercenary squads, was also used when they tried to promote terrorist attacks against Israelis in Thailand and Sri Lanka. They also recently used Romanian citizens who stabbed Iranian journalist Puria Zerati in Britain, an opponent of the Ayatollah regime.